won MVP in 2019. The Ravens got knocked out of their first game in the playoffs. Niners, 31-17. Ooh. So maybe I'll just give my prediction now. I was thinking 27-24 49ers. I do agree. I think that that's an interesting, hopefully Steph and I do a show tomorrow because I'm going to ask her, who do you think the better coach is, Kyle Shanahan or Harbaugh? I think maybe you have to give it to Harbaugh because he's won a Super Bowl. But then if you think about the last 7 years, how long has it been since the Ravens have even gone past the first round in the playoffs? It's been forever, right? I think wasn't that the only year that they've even been to the playoffs? Am I really wrong? Maybe I'm being stupid. I feel like the Ravens have not gone far in the playoffs for years. And Kyle Shanahan always getting to the NFC Championship game. I don't know. I think that there's a case that Kyle Shanahan today is coaching like a better coach. But maybe if you're looking at their overall history, you have to give it to Harbaugh because he does have the ring. And obviously that's the most important. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Who's the better coach? I'd love to ask Steph this. I'll definitely ask her tomorrow if we end up doing that show. Daniel Barry Sports highlights. Don't worry, I can't pronounce anyone's name literally ever, but he says evening. Good evening. Barely catching on to you. Good job. Thank you so much. That was really nice. Let's go. I'm not gonna say the middle part, but Niners, Cocoa Puff, love your name. Ravens will get blown out. Rams can give the Ravens 31. Okay, people are not like, look, this 30, 38, 24 Niners. I said 20, 27, 24. Ravens haven't seen an animal like the Niners yet, but what about the Niners? What's the best team that the 49ers have faced? The Eagles? The Eagles suck right now. I think the 49ers kind of broke them. But I don't know. Dallas was good. Is good sometimes. Dallas isn't good against the 49ers ever, I feel like. 31-24 Niners. Even sorry Jimmy G. Even sorry Jimmy G only lose 3 points to the Baltimore Ravens. Okay. Great knowledge. Sub for me. Thank you so much for subscribing, Raven. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Like I said, this was going to be a little bit of a shorter show. Somehow it's already been 45 minutes because I can just talk about nothing forever. But yeah, mainly I wanted to give those practice updates just to summarize since I've been talking for so long. Hargrave and Elijah Mitchell are questionable, so they both have a chance. I personally would, if I did clear Mitchell to go, I would keep him behind Jordan Mason. I think Jordan Mason has earned the backup to Christian McCaffrey, and I would sit Hargrave, but I think that they'll play Hargrave. I think this is a really good running team, and I think that they probably do not trust Javon Kinlaw and Givens, who are both not very good against the run. So I think they'd rather have Kinlaw go at least with Hargrave. So I think that they'll probably push Hargrave if it's one of those things where he could go but also could sit. I personally wouldn't. I would sit him. And then rolled out completely is Eric Armstead with the plantar fasciitis, which is scary. I would literally sit him into the playoffs. I wouldn't even every single week. Nope, sitting, and then just have him gut through it in the playoffs. And then who was the other guy? Oh, Juwan Jennings. Hopefully with the concussion protocol, he'll be good for Washington, but he is ruled out with that concussion. Concussions are really scary. I hope he's doing okay. Like I said, he has to at least be, I think he's probably in the second step because the third step of the program is working off to the side, and reporters didn't report seeing him at all at any of the practices, not even working to the side. So hopefully he's doing okay. That definitely feels like it's not a minor concussion because, like I said, he had an extended week and still wasn't practicing at all. But hopefully he'll be okay for Washington and heals up. Concussions are scary, man. Those things suck. I hate just having a headache, let alone a concussion. Couple last comments. Every time I say it's going to be a close game and you'll know what happens. So it's going to be a close game. I like that. Always put your expectations a little bit low, have them completely oversee them, outmatch them. Don't worry. You'd think that for being someone who talks so much, I would have more vocabulary, but I'll get there. One stream at a time. 30, 37, 37. I also don't know how to read. 31, 17, 49ers. Like I said, my prediction is that the 49ers are going to win. I think it's going to be 27-24. Those are the injury updates. Just in case I end up not streaming with Steph, I'm going to say a couple of my over-unders just because I think that this is always a fun thing just to reflect upon. I think that Brock Purdy will not throw an interception. I think Lamar Jackson might throw an interception. Tarvarius Ward, he called the shot, and then he's been trying to make some good ones. Now, the one good thing is Deommodore Lenoir has been out practicing, and he suffered an injury, so he seems totally good to go. Christian McCaffrey, Debo, George Kittle, Jennings is out, so not Jennings. Use check, that's 5 touchdowns at least. Jennings is out. You're not even watching. I said that like 400 times. Jennings is out. I agree. I think Christian McCaffrey will get a touchdown. Deebo Samuel has been getting 2 touchdowns for the last 3 games, so maybe he'll get a touchdown. The Ravens do pretty good at limiting tight ends, so I don't think this is going to be a big George Kittle game. I could see him watch George Kittle completely go off now because I said that. But if my money was betting on it, I don't think that George Kittle will have a huge game. Brandon Ayuk against Kyle Hamilton, they have a good, I mean, he is a really good. Does everyone kind of think that they tanked his draft status? Because Kyle Hamilton had so much hype going into the draft, and then it tanked when everyone said he was slow, and then the Ravens got him. And I kind of feel like maybe the Ravens tanked him so that they could get him lower in the draft. Because he was originally supposed to go like in the top 5, and I think he ended up. When was he drafted? He was drafted like 12 or 8, right? Watch me do this on stream. Kyle Hamilton. I see people sometimes be really smooth about this. Hamilton. Stats? No. I think you just have to talk while you're doing it. Ravens. And then draft. Look at me. 14. He went 14th. That's crazy. He was supposed to go top 5. And then everyone just decided he was slow. And he's had a great, he's doing incredible. Like he could have got, if he would have been drafted top 5, no one would have said that was a bad pick. Like he is playing incredible football right now. So it'll be interesting to see what BA does against him. I think this will probably be more of a Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel game. And then a Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk had a rough game. Had a rough game last week. Did not have that many catches. Did not have a touchdown. Did have some critical drops. But that's very not typical for him. Him and Purdy do have an excellent connection, and he doesn't usually have 2 bad games in a row. So maybe me saying this is all wrong, and he's actually just going to go off, because it does seem to be like they change which player goes off every game. I don't play fantasy football, but I had a friend who did, and they always said that they would never take a 49ers receiver because the 49ers, like 1 week, Brandon Ayuk's going to go off. The next week, Deebo Samuel's going to go off. The next week, it's going to be George Kittle. Like, it's never just one guy, where most teams, like if you pick the Rams and you just did Cooper Kupp every game, he's the one guy, So, Coco Puff says that we're going to get a pick 6 on defense. I could see an interception. I don't know about a pick 6. Lamar Jackson, is he really, he has as many interceptions as Brock Purdy. They both have done a pretty good job at taking care of the football this year. And then the score will be 40-20, 49ers win. Well, hopefully that happens, because not only do they then get to rest guys during week 18, but they're also going to take their own guys out. Like, I don't even think this will happen, because I think if they get, a 15-point lead, they might start resting their guys. But